The Confederation was dying. System by system, world by world, the stars were being unmade. The Catal swarm, a race of biomechanical tyrants, bred for entropy, moved like a black tide across the spiral arms. Their fleets consumed suns. Their soldiers felt neither pain nor pity, only purpose. War protocols failed. Quantum slipgates collapsed. Even the Velari, once believed immortal, fled their crystal citadels like ash before the wind. Now, the enemy had arrived at the galactic center. Fortress world Naltir was the last bastion. A hollow moon bristling with defense pylons and desperation, surrounded by shuddering warships patched with salvage and prayer. Below its surface, 20 billion refugees huddled in subterranean vaults. Entire species stacked like archived history. While generals barked through static-filled comms and engineers screamed at overloaded reactors begging for one more hour of light, no one believed salvation was coming. They had already called everyone except one. Inside the trembling command dome, Envoy Kalen Voss of the Delari Enclave stood alone beneath the flickering war map. In his hand, a strange black shard pulsed faintly, a calm crystal from a forgotten era, buried beneath layers of treaty embargoes and unspoken dread. His voice cut through the arguments of dying commanders. "There is one more call we haven't made." Admiral Nerix Vorn turned on him, voice sharp as plasma wire. "To who? The Gilon are extinct. The Jorvani turned pirates. We are alone." Kalen didn't flinch. "Number. There is one faction we swore never to contact." The room froze. Every being understood without asking. The Aurelians. Earthborn. Human. Terrans. Once welcomed into the Confederation, then exiled. Too impulsive. Too brutal. Too human. Their wars scorched moons. Their peace was a ceasefire held at gunpoint. And when asked to disarm, submit to centralized rule, they had simply left. That was over 2 centuries ago. No one had heard from them since. "They're gone," someone whispered. "If they're out there," Kalen said, clutching the crystal, "they'll hear this." He activated it. "To the Aurelians, children of Earth, this is the Confederation of Free Worlds. We face extinction. If you exist, if you remember us, help us." The crystal dimmed. Silence returned. And then they waited. Hours passed. Above Naltir, the sky turned black. The Catal Armada arrived millions strong, their dread harvesters coiled in orbit like titanic parasites. The final strike had begun. And then the stars blinked, literally. Sensors failed. Power grids flickered. Not from weapons, but from something arriving. One transmission pierced the storm. No encryption, no demands, just a voice. "We heard you." They came without banners. No crests, no coalition insignia, just matte black ships with hulls that bent light and disappeared from scans. Their engines hummed with frequencies that broke Catal harmonics. They didn't hail, they didn't negotiate, they simply descended. The Aurelians struck with physics, not fire. Hyperdense kinetic rounds fell from orbit like silent meteors, each strike vaporizing a swarm cruiser before it could react. Their infantrixo-armored revenants moved in silence, wielding modular weapons too monstrous to be called guns. No war cries, no mercy, just focus. The Catal, for the first time in their devouring existence, hesitated. And that was when the humans did something the Confederation had forgotten. They smiled, because they hadn't come to protect. They came to end it. In just under 4 hours, the largest swarm fleet in recorded history was annihilated. The final blow was delivered not by cannon, but by momentum. An Aurelian Titangent-class dreadnought ship so vast it cast shadows across moons, jumped directly into the Catal flagship at relativistic velocity. No explosion, no debris, just absence. The war was over. Hours later, the command dome's lights stabilized. One Aurelian vessel, a sleek, jagged craft like a blade of night, approached and docked. No escorts, no theatrics. From its airlock emerged a single figure, tall, armored, eyes hidden behind a shimmering helm. "I am Commander Silas Rourke. You called," we answered. Kalen Voss stepped forward, his voice trembling. Why did you help us?" Rourke turned. His visor reflected stars finally free of smoke. "Long ago, you sheltered a Terran child, a girl, the last survivor of a fallen colony. You gave her a name, a home, a second chance." He paused. "She became one of our first strategists. Humans forget many things, but not kindness. And then without celebration or farewell, the Aurelian fleet turned and vanished into the cosmic dark. No one spoke, because they had made a call to the most dangerous species in the galaxy and had been saved.